Okay, so now we have successfully burned it. So now we're just getting off any of the loose burnt hairs. Now when you burn it with the alcohol, you can brush it off. And when you want it to be permanently burned, you don't put the alcohol on, okay? So you want the burnt spots to stay in, you don't put the alcohol on there. Okay, so I decided that I want this hat to be a flat top, okay? So, just done with this block. You gotta confirm it to this block, okay? Gotta get it all down in there. So we needed to bring it all the way down to make it flat on here. And we need, let's put a new break in here. I'll be listening for the birds. That's a different sound. So now what I got to do is heat up the iron, because now I'm needing it to reconform to this block. Plug it up. But I let the iron heat up. I'll be back. Excuse me. Okay, so the head is hot. I mean, the iron is hot. So I'm going to start. So yeah, when you first do your head on the block, you got to then make the decision how you want the finishing of the head to be. Since I have so many fedora hats, I have decided that I don't want no more of those kind at this point. Okay. See, I've got to make this part flat because in the end result, we're going to puff this back out. But we got to get it. I gotta find all my stuff. So you notice that when the head is on the block, it's definitely too big, right? So what we're doing is making sure that now it's going flush to my sides, okay? What I'm doing is locking in the shape because we gotta let it dry again. So now y'all see when I be saying that making these kind of hats versus the other hats is easier. So I'm for sure y'all now see why I say that, because all of the preparations that goes into this. Now, I do have the steamer. Some people do the old-fashioned steamer. They put the head in the steamer and just let it steam. I use that from time to time. I do. But I just like the good old-fashioned iron. But I do have the steamer that I can put the hat, and I modified a metal cake bowl to fit on there because I watch Shady Days and I noticed that she don't have to stand up there and wait for her hat to steam. I'll show y'all what I'm talking about. She put it in the container and just let it rip. So we want to steam this up real good. See, the good thing with the felt, when you steam it, you locking it into this position. Okay? forgot my brick for the head is downstairs. It's a thing that you go around it and you kind of lock that space in. So yeah, that's it. You see the reason why I say that what I'm doing is getting all this nice and hot, because we finna lock these. That, turn off this valve. I'm gonna move you back over here. Okay. Unplug the iron. I always unplug it. You know, sometimes you have your grandkids, they like to mess with stuff, buttons and stuff. So I always take that cord out of the wall and make sure the valve is turned off. Okay, so now that we have okay. So now we got that. And we're going to do, because y'all know how it kind of dulled out for me. And this is like an off-white. This head is like an off-white. I'm just going to add some more white back in it. Poof it up a little bit. So what I'm doing is just adding a little bit more white to the mix. So what I'm doing is just waking up this white. Waking it up a little bit more. While the head is still got a little wet in it. If you want to make like an ivory, then you need to put a little hint of yellow in it. Not a lot, and it'll give it like an ivory color. Because the head is actually ivory. I'm waking it up with a little of the white. Woo, shucks. Gino, hush. Gino, the monster finna come. That monster's coming. You better be quiet so they don't find you. So I'm putting the color in, just waking it up a little bit more. Once this dry, then we buff it again. We buff some of the, so you probably like, it's gonna look like the color just sitting on there. No, when you get done and buff it, it's not gonna look like that. I just wanted to have more of a brighter. You know, like your good old hands. Hands do the trick. So yeah, we just gonna, I'm gonna keep blending, and then we're gonna let this sit and dry. And then I'm going to put the sweatband in because we don't want it to be too. And I'm just watering it down. But yes, when you first do it, it look like the paint just sitting on top. Once it all dries and come together and buff, it's not gonna look like that. So what I'm doing is making sure that the paint is blended well. So that's what I'm going through now with the water and just making sure that it's blending real well. Okay? And I'm going to turn it off because now with this part, y'all don't got to sit here and watch me do all this. You can go on with your day. So remember I said like the bottom, how y'all see that I accidentally got that blue on it. I could camouflage this, so I'm not necessarily worried about it. So the water is just helping me to spread the paint evenly so it don't look like it's just sitting. Remember, if you want this to be an off-white, remember add a hint of yellow into the paint, the white paint, and it'll give it an ivory color. Alexa, do yellow and white make ivory?
Here is an answer from an Alexa Answers contributor that I translated. Ivory is a color based on white mixed with a hint of yellow, which is also defined as dirty white or cream color.
Yes. So, if you wanted that color, hit it with a touch of yellow, and you'll get ivory. And if you're ever unsure about a color, use a color wheel, and a color wheel will show you how to blend and mix your colors, okay? So what I'm doing is just adding some water for the paint that's looking like it's sitting right on top. It's just helping me glide it into the felt. Okay, and if you, like I said, if you don't want it this white, remember a touch of yellow. So again, when y'all ask me, it's about time to clock out my neck. When y'all ask me, do I make hats for other people? No, because I was telling my friend when she kept saying, you know, you could do all this and that, and do you wear all of them hats? And, you know, why do you got so many? And yes, when the occasion comes, I do wear all of my hats. But when you make custom hats, you need different blocks. So this block is made for my head. So that's the thing. When you make this, you gotta better have a block that will accommodate all your customers' head. So everybody's head is not the same size, okay? So that's why when y'all see me doing this, yes, these is my hats for me. And like, why do you do so many? so I can get better. And the fact that I do wear all of my hats, but also this is creativity for me. Like, people have things they like to do. Some people might, in their spare time, they might like to go skating or go do this or go do that. Everybody have something that they enjoy doing, and I enjoy creating and making stuff. So that's why I kind of do what I do, because I enjoy the art of making stuff. So that's why y'all see me constantly over and over again doing stuff like this. This brings me great joy, great peace, to be able to create and to be able to say, I done it. You know, because a lot of people, they don't be believing you when you see it, and I'll be like, I love your hat. If I be like, I made it, they be like, you made it? Like, yes. If y'all see the first video, this hat don't be shaped. I literally shape and make these hats. What make it easier is all of the correct materials to be able to be a great hat maker. You need all of the materials to become that. So now I feel like I got it, spread it, this layer pretty good. We're going to let this dry, and it could take all day, all night. And then from that point, I'll be making the sweatband, and we're gonna sew it this time on a sewing machine. Because remember I told you I've been cheating, and I've been gluing them in. Now I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to the front, the top part of my head, because I don't switch out, like some people don't like their headband to be permanent because they switch out, okay? I don't switch out. So by me not switching out, whatever way I make my hat, that's the way I want it to stay. So meaning I don't want my stuff to be where you can take it off and change the band and put another band. Like, yeah, I glue mine down, because whatever I put on there, that's the way I want it permanently. So for the people that like to switch out, then they wouldn't want their band glued. They would want it, you know, just a stitch to hold it in place sometime, and then you can pop that stitch. 1 or 2 stitches to hold it in place. But that's not what I like. And if you're curious again, where did I get the turntable from? This was nothing but a cake turntable. And what I did was got a bar stool, some Gorilla glue, glued it to the bar stool, and took 1 screw, flipped it upside down and drilled it, just to make sure that it will never come off, and just give me some reassurance. That's how I made this. So there we go, guys. Hat in the making. Y'all said y'all don't mind about the videos being longer in real time. That's what it is. Okay, so we're gonna let this dry. Gotta clean up my stuff. We're gonna let it dry. It's wet. Okay, now I gotta clean up myself. All right, guys, so yeah, we're gonna let this dry, but yeah, it's different steps to the hats, and thank you guys for coming along on this journey with me. And this is the next phase of the hat. Now it's on to the block and the shape that I want, and I just started to add the color, a little hint. But if you wanted this, the head was originally ivory. If you wanted ivory, remember you take white and a hint of yellow, mix it together. That will give you ivory. You notice I just took white titanium and put it right on here because I'm going to do a little couple other things. So I kind of want the white to be more vibrant, you know, like that. And Gino's here. You want some white on you? Okay, guys. Thanks for watching. Toodles. Come on.